Hi everyone, welcome back to Via Oracle. We are Jupiter stationed direct now, and so even though we're still in the middle of the retrograde, there's abundance, prosperity, and an expansive energy coming through, and good luck for hopefully some of you who are watching. I'll start with pulling from the Seers Tarot. Tell me about this season we're in right now. Starting out with King of Wands, so a masculine energy who is very much in a fiery expression, maybe a little bit egoic. I want more clarity on this King of Wands. Well, it's very Jupiter energy, actually. Masculine, fire. Tell me about King of Wands. Wow, okay. The Emperor. Yeah, this message is for the Divine Masculine. You are stepping into your power at this time. Jupiter is opening major financial and status possibilities and opportunities for you. Okay, what do we have here? The World. Amazing. There's the Ouroboros, which reminds me of Ophiuchus, the 13th sign of the zodiac. In sidereal astrology, we still include Ophiuchus, and that's a December constellation for those of you who want to know if you have that in your chart. It's very powerful. It's the most mysterious. And so, masculine, you are dominating right now, absolutely in your power. The world is your oyster, and something major has shifted for you because you are stepping out and flexing and showing your stuff like never before. There's been an activation and a kind of revealing of your new self to the world. Tell me more about this. I'm going to pull from the Shaman Oracle. What else do we need to know about the masculine being in his power at this time? Okay. The Sorcerer. Interesting card because it was you faced your shadow. And I was just about to talk about the new moon in Pisces when I pulled this card, which will be March 18th. And there's a huge new reset happening with that moon. So for those of you who have been doing the work and who've survived the eclipses, this is a potent time for you to clear the slate and start to begin that momentum forward into what you're doing. So masculine, it seems like you went and faced the biggest demon that was yourself and your own shadow. Yeah. Okay. Let's pull from the animal totem cards. That's not what they're called. Wolf. Yeah, because you've been a lone wolf. This is a power masculine energy. Wolves are very much ruled by the moon. It's kind of this, you face your shadow, and wolves are a great card for union energies because the female and male wolves work so cohesively together to achieve their kills, to provide for their young and their pack. And yet there's this sense of isolation I'm getting from this card. Oh, it looks like Bear wanted to come through too. That's really interesting. Bear is more of the maternal, feminine, protective energy, and kind of also a loner, a predator. Not a lot of competition here. It seems like, again, just absolute domination. No more enemies is what I'm getting from this. Both earth signs. And facing the end of a cycle with dignity and courage for the wolf, death and rebirth, spirit teaching, guidance in dreams and meditations, instinct linked with intelligence. Yeah, it's very feral, it's very primal. Outwitting enemies, protection of self and family. And the bear is introspection, healing, astral travel, visionaries. It's also soul retrieval. Bear is soul retrieval. So it's coming out the other side of a huge trial and being absolutely victorious. Thus the world, the sorcerer, the matrix couldn't get to you. Yeah, there's like this adversary going on. Tell me more with Sacred Mysteries. Right, because you followed your intuition and you have connected to your shamanic roots. So there's a lot of ancestral activation, protection, DNA activation, dormant DNA coming online. Tell me what the intuition was about. Okay, lots of cards. Integrity. Being in integrity. Huge theme for the masculines right now. Being in integrity. Ignorance. Right, so the enemy was ignorance. And now there's concentration. Okay, yeah, this definitely is a chronological theme with our readings lately, because we've had talked about with the Divine Feminine message, the masculines can't be ignorant anymore. It's a choice at this point. So you, as a masculine, are choosing to come online. You're not being ignorant to the dark spells and magic casting and satanic rituals and cabal that have been playing out since civilization as we know it. And now there's a concentration, there's an integrity, there's a stepping into your warrior archetype with the wolf and the bear and the emperor and the king of wands. And the world. Whoops. And the world. Yeah, because you're aware of what your real enemy is in the world. And a lot of the confusion that was holding the masculines back from stepping into their warrior archetype was not knowing who their enemy was. So now there's a concentration. There's a being in integrity. It's about damn time. Yeah, the world needs your magic, masculine. The world needs your power. And you know that the family archetype is powerful. And that's why you're protecting families, you're protecting the feminine, you're protecting purity on this planet. Again, with the masculine card, hexahedron. Okay. What's going with the hexahedron today? Hexahedron. Himalayan passage. It's a rite of passage. It's an initiation. It's climbing the mountain. And then the steam cave. Things are steamy with this astrology. A lot of fire and water make steam. So that's very fitting. Clearing out. Yeah, just shamanically, you've climbed this mountain. You're purging, clearing, releasing. You've cleansed yourself of the poison, and you've activated your third eye is what I'm getting from this card. You're activating your chakras, you're clearing out the debris, and there's a pilgrimage. The masculine often needs to go on a pilgrimage, whether in metaphor, in story, in lore, in real life. The Himalayan passage also makes me think of salt. I actually have I'll show you guys, my howlite crystal here. She's gorgeous. Yeah, salt, Himalayan salt comes to mind. I just took a huge salt bath yesterday. So actually these cards could be talking about you taking a huge salt bath right now. Cleansing your field of some dark magic that you've been facing. And sorry, my nose was running. Let me pull the Kali Oracle on this. Kali Kalmasa Nacini. I love this card. It's my favorite card in the whole deck. She's described as the ultimate spiritual weapon, and she consumes sin. And so you know how to fight your enemy. You know how to consume the darkness with your light, masculine. Yeah, you've stepped into it's like you're a whole nother person now. And I know I said that in one of my videos that we would all be different by the end of, was it February? Don't even remember anymore. It was February. So now you're stepping into who you are now, which is a totally different person, and it's powerful. Let's see what Divine Unions, what's going on with Divine Unions at this time? Okay. So 8 of Pentacles, there was this boring neutrality in your love life. Knave of Swords. Okay. 5 of Cups. Yeah, just like boring. And then the High Priestess. Something got activated in you. It's like there was a really dull dynamic you had with somebody. Not a lot going on there. It wasn't like it wasn't a relationship masculine that you could be in your warrior archetype with. But then the High Priestess happened and she activated you. Okay, let's learn more about the High Priestess. Pulling another shaman card here. Tell me about the High Priestess card. Oh, the Hunter. A lot of strong bear, warrior, masculine totems here. Yeah. Okay, and then the Witness in reverse. The Hunter and the Witness. Yeah, you didn't have a feminine to see you in your raw primal masculine power before. It was like you couldn't tap into it until you were witnessed. So let's pull from the Sacred Hag Oracles. What happened with the masculine and the High Priestess? Okay, Storyteller's Jewels. Yeah, there was an object. Okay. Super vague. There was an object. Juniper smoke. Smoke and jewels. There was a ritual. Okay. Yeah, somebody prayed for you. Somebody cleansed you on a high dimensional level. It seemed like there was a feminine who was actually working to break the spell casting off of you, is what these cards tell me, because she's about power attached to objects and this is about clearing the energy. So you had an object masculine that had you under a spell that was keeping you with a karmic feminine, and then you had a High Priestess that wanted to activate your Hunter to keep you locked in to what you're supposed to be doing here right now on this earth with your purpose, aligning you to your purpose. Yeah. And so now you're just completely liberated. Let me pull from another Light Seers Tarot and we'll wrap this up. I love this message today. It's like a really positive clearing after a storm. Yeah, 2 of Cups, because that's your person. Your High Priestess is your person. She's broken the dark magic off of you and you've seen the light. You know what's going on, not just in the world, but in yourself. It's all making sense. You're breaking out of the matrix together. You're doing your homestead thing. You're doing your autonomous anarchist living thing. Page of Swords came through. I'm not sure what she's about, other than maybe you're starting a new educational pursuit. Tell me more about Page of Swords. Yeah, right. Your educational pursuit is about magic. Yay! So excited. I'm so excited for you, masculine. You've learned about magic because that's what's been ruling so much of our world. There's another card that fell out. 10 of Wands. 10 of Wands, yeah. Because it was like you were overloaded. You were on burnout. You couldn't figure out why it felt like you were going uphill, pushing against an uphill force. I don't know, I'm just picturing a man pushing a giant rock up a hill, and he's wondering why the heck he's doing this and why his life has felt like just so much resistance. And then came the breakthrough that in order to be in flow, you have to understand how magic and energy and astrology works, because chronobiology, look it up. It's about our connection to astrology in the biology of our bodies, how it influences us. There was a really cool study done by Lily Kolisko, who was an apprentice of Rudolf Steiner. They did the cosmic crystallization study and showed how gold chloride and silver nitrate created a reverse pattern on this piece of paper during the eclipse versus a regular day. So it's just showing us how much our bodies are affected by astrology, by the planets. And so understanding this is a huge part of your magical studies. And also your partner is helping guide you along in this and opening your third eye and opening your vessel to these higher realms of understanding and multidimensional esoteric work that you're doing at this time. I'm just gonna pull from my soul cards. Wow, yeah, because I was talking with a friend about how, you know, when you're in your God, when there is a divine union, it creates a third person, God self, God energy. There's a third entity created. So if you guys listen to Dr. Robert Gilbert's Sacred Geometry video with Pretty Intense is her podcast. They do a great talk on how as we evolve, there's this collaboration with higher entities. But basically, it's like when you are in union with your twin flame kingdom spouse partner, you activate the third energy, the Holy Trinity. Okay, great. I'm just gonna pull one more card and then we'll wrap it up here. Yeah, so breaking out of the illusion, breaking out of the Maya, the duality, the 2D, 3D realities, I want to reference for educational material on that. Maybe David Icke is a good place to start with his Love is the Highest Truth book, I believe it's called. What's some other reference material for you, masculine, for breaking out of illusions? You'll figure it out. Okay. I'm super pleased with this reading. Blessings, masculine, on this exciting chapter of being in your power. And I will see you guys in either a few days or whatever, you know,